Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Milo, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. There was a comment from 2 episodes ago that I forgot to mention in the previous episode. I do apologize, and that was regarding this large road that we upgraded going down through Bathurst. It said that removing the traffic lights is going to cause us massive problems when our cities really start to boom. So we're going to go in there and turn those back on. And I'm not sure, do we need all of them? Do we only need a couple? We'll turn them all back on for now, but let me know in the comments. As you can see, a little bit of traffic is starting to build up right there at that intersection. And these ones on the outside of the city, I guess I'll leave these off for now. Let me know if I should change that. It was also mentioned that just having this large road is going to cause traffic issues because it's promoting more vehicle traffic up and down that line. So what we're going to do is go into our tools, and then we're going to upgrade it with a bus lane. And this will allow buses and trucks to travel up and down a dedicated lane and leave all of the passenger vehicles in their own lanes. So we might still have a whole bunch of traffic coming up here, but it shouldn't interfere with our cargo or our buses. Let's bring that all the way down to there, and I guess we'll just throw it on this stretch of large road as well. Okay, and then we'll see how that works out. I reset this here. It looks a little bit better. And we can definitely put a few more vehicles on this line. Now, it was also mentioned regarding our train that's carrying our iron and coal is not picking up exactly 50-50 because it has an odd number of cars on there. It also has the wrong amount of cars on there, as we can fit a whole bunch more. So let's go ahead and edit that. And we'll get down here to our gondolas, what we want here. This one. Right now we have 25. And that brings us up to 34. So we should now be splitting 50-50. There was another comment regarding the con mats up here at Coolaba and how some of them are staying on the train. This time we dropped them all off, but that definitely wasn't a full load. And the comment was mentioning that the city might have found a better supplier or a better route. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it seems like it's just dropping them off here only to send them back down to Maracunda, where we already have a line supplying these 3 cities. So for now, we're just going to turn that off, and then we're going to take a look at our production of our con mats and what those factories are doing. So let's go to manage line. We're up in Coolaba right now. We do not want to pick up any con mats. We only want to be taking logs back. And our logs are building up big time here. So let's go ahead and add a few vehicles. And then in the previous episode, I made another mistake where I sold the vehicles on this line instead of duplicating them. And I think we can go a little bit higher on both of these lines than I originally planned. Okay, so we have a big problem going down in Yerba, where we have a massive traffic jam of all of our cargo trucks, and we are not moving any products at all. So, let's take a look at this here, because the only city that this is supplying is Mirba. Okay, and if we take a look at this one over here, the only one we're supplying is Normanville. Which that also doesn't make sense, because how are they getting up to Coolaba? Well, let's go ahead and take a look over here. We are only supplying Mount Warning. So these are all saying they're only supplying one city. But we do have con mats moving up and down to multiple cities. So I'm not sure why that's doing that. And this problem here is making me want to just get rid of our stone line altogether on this side of the map. Let's go ahead and sell those. And that's going to stop production of this factory completely. Oh, and I'm sorry, that's why we were looking at suppliers, not consumers. Consumers is what we want to look at. These guys are supplying everybody. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Milo, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. There was a comment I missed in the previous episode. I really apologize for not bringing it up. It's regarding this large highway that we upgraded, or rather large road, running through Bathurst, and how I turned off all of those signals. The comment mentioned that that's going to cause a massive problem with traffic as our cities start to boom, so we're going to go ahead and turn them back on. I'm not sure if we need them at every intersection or not, so give me some more advice on this signaling, please. But for now, we're going to turn all of those back on. It was also mentioned that upgrading it to a large road in between cities is going to cause problems because it's promoting the traffic of the passenger vehicles to run up and down that road rather than use our buses. What I would like to do there is go into tools. And we're going to go into our bus lane tool, and we're going to add a bus lane running down the entire length. And that is going to allow our buses and our trucks to run on that dedicated line away from all of the traffic. Now, this might still cause traffic problems. We'll have to wait and see, but at least they won't interfere with those vehicles. I think we'll go ahead and add it to this stretch of large road. Well. Alright, so that should take care of that, and we'll have to keep an eye on it and see. There does seem to be a lot of traffic that builds up around this area, but I think that's mainly because of our trains that are running through there. So we might have to tunnel or bridge that line in the future. It was also mentioned that the reason that this is not picking up exactly half and half is because it has an odd number of cars. So that makes complete sense. And the problem with that is that it's going to cause a large backup down in, sorry, where am I trying to go right now? Dury Harbor. At our port here. So we don't want that to happen. We're going to go ahead and manage vehicles. And we're going to edit that vehicle. Go to our cargo. All the way down to gondolas is what we want here. And we can actually put more on. So we have 25. Okay, and we'll modify that, and that brings us up to 34. So that should carry a bunch more and take care of that problem. However, we are going to need to supply that. So let's go ahead and add a few more to our coal line. And then we'll just add a couple more to our iron line as well. Okay, now that that's all up and running, we need to come down to Vegas. And we need to add some more vehicles. Or, I'm sorry, we want to be in Dury Harbor. And we want to add some more vehicles to this line. And we'll go with 8 for now. And then we're just going to add some more, a little bit of cargo storage here. So see, I can push that one fine. What is this one colliding with? I have no idea. It doesn't seem like it's colliding with anything, but it won't let me put it there. Okay, so we're going to let that run a bit, and we're going to head over to the other side of the map. There was another comment regarding the con mats being kept on the train up here in Kulaba, and basically the short explanation is because the producers of the con mats are fighting over the demand. So we're going to take a look at that in a moment. But for right now, in Kulaba, we're going to manage the line, and we're going to tell it, whoops. We are going to tell it not to pick up logs in Kulaba. Oh, nope, we want it to pick up logs. We're going to tell it not to pick up con mats. And then speaking of our logs, we have a whole bunch, so let's add a couple more vehicles there. Okay, and then a mistake I made in the previous episode was that I sold the vehicles on this line instead of duplicating them. Let's go ahead and take care of that, and we're going to go up to 6. And then we'll go up to 6 on the other line as well. Okay, so that should take care of that. Now we have a big problem happening down here in Muraba, and that is a massive traffic jam with all of our cargo vehicles, and we are no longer moving anything around here. So we need to take care of that right away. Now, we are supplying con mats here, right? And our consumers are nobody because nothing is moving right now. So if we come down here, Normanville's consumers is everyone. And if we come over here, Bathurst's consumers is everyone. So I think what we're going to do to fix this issue is just get rid of this stone line altogether and stop using this con mat factory. The managed vehicles, we're going to sell it. We're going to leave everything set up just in case this doesn't work. And that should get everything moving nicely again. So hopefully that doesn't happen again in the future, but we'll have to keep an eye on it and see. So, now what's happening down here? Why are there logs on this line, the MRB to BTR cargo line? We don't want that because we only want goods as much as possible. We're going to have to at some point mix it up, and I'll show you why if we get to that point in this episode. Let's go ahead and manage the line, and in Muraba, do not pick up logs, do not pick up planks. Do not pick up oil, do not pick up crude. And, I mean, we don't have steel down here anyway. I think that should be good. Okay, so the logs, how did they get there in the first place? We're sending logs from Maracunda up here to Muraba, which is feeding over to here. But as you can see, it's really not doing anything. So I don't think there's really any reason for us to be using that facility right now either. So we're going to go to the NRM MRB line. We're going to manage that line. And in Maracunda, we're going to tell it, do not pick up logs. Okay, so now all of our logs should be coming down into Maracunda via train and then being sent up here to be produced into planks, connecting with this supply as well. We got a bunch of logs there, and we don't have too much sitting here right now. Transport is only at 56%, and this is still only at level 1, so it can handle all of that, I'm sure. Okay, so what do we want to do next today? I think that's all of the tinkering that I want to do. Let's take a look at how we're going to get the plastics and steel over to here. They're going to come back across over the shipping, which the steel is already moving. Take a look at what this line is doing too, because over on this side, let's tell it... In Drury Harbor, don't pick up any crude. Let's only pick up oil here and use it here. Right now, we're not going to use that oil refinery. Okay, so the products are coming back to here. Sorry about my phone there, guys. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so the goods are coming back to this platform, and then they're not doing anything yet because we have nowhere for it to go via the train. So over here, we want to put in a cargo stop. We could do one platform for now. Let's place it this way, I guess. Okay, now let's go ahead and add a new line. I think we're going to need another cargo platform here first. Okay, so we want to go from here. We're going to put that on platform 1, and then right down to here. We're going to call that T for truck. And we are in, I think, SYP, right? And this is going to be goods transferred. Okay. Let's just add 2 vehicles to that. Actually, let's just go with 1 for now. I don't want to lose too much money while everything else that we changed is building up. And let's go to that transfer goods line. Okay, and then that should start getting steel and plastics up onto this train station, and then it's sent down there. Now, that's going to be happening via this line. So I'm not sure how much that's going to affect as far as us supplying the cities with goods. Okay, so he's already picking them up. All right, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that and see how it goes. We got 100 million in the bank, so I feel like we should build something in this episode. So what we'll do is get this coal and iron down here to Dory Harbor as well. So we're going to put in a train station right back here. Let's go with our flatten tool. Okay, we'll get a train station. We only need cargo up here. We'll go with 2 tracks and the max size. We'll throw that down right there. And I put that in with a catenary. Let's take that catenary out. I wish I would remember these options in your saved game, but it resets them every time you load. Same thing here, so I already turned that back off. That's looking all right. Okay. There we go. That's where I want it to be. Sometimes it's hard to get it to snap at the correct size there. Definitely a little bit more difficult to build underground. On those snap points. There we go. And let's come this side. Oh, that's coming up. I couldn't really even see that. Let's bring you all the way back. Let's get you flat. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. That's looking all right. Let's go ahead and smooth it out a bit. A little bit of that cliff there. Side up a little bit. Okay. Get this finished up. Okay, let's go with one-way signals. And then we need waypoints, just in case. Okay, so now for the roads, let's do a truck station. Do 2 platforms. Whoop. 1 platform each side. Great. That, get this side connected up, smooth it out a little bit. And then let's come down here to cool. We're only going to need 1 platform here. Okay, let's go over to our iron. Okay, then we can set up those lines here. So we will call this 1T for truck. MCA, full delivery. And we'll make that this gray color. Then we'll come over here to our iron. And we'll call that TMCA iron delivery. And we'll make that, I think it was this color we used for iron. And then our train line is going to be from Bendemeer down to Dury Harbor. Well, maybe we should put in our track first, right? Let's go ahead and delete that line. And let's get this railroad connected so we can actually make a line, right? Okay, so we're going to come, yeah, right across that road. Gotta wait for that auto save. Bridge pillar collision. Well then. Get rid of that road. Alright, that works. I kind of feel like it should have just moved the pillar, but I guess the game just didn't like that. We're going to upgrade this all. I don't think that really matters right now, but it will in the future. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I think we're just going to come slowly down this hill and then bridge over somewhere around there. Don't want a tunnel there. Definitely don't want a bridge. Hugging this hillside. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. A nice little hillside rail line. We'll see how trains do getting up it, but I don't think it should be too much of a problem. Well, let's say this height to launch our bridge from, I think. And where do we want to do that? That's right here, huh? Not on the right point. No, it's not. Get it over on that side. Definitely high enough for our ships to keep moving. Switch to our iron bridge. 3 million. We'll go ahead and put it in. All right. I like that. That looks pretty nice. Okay, so let's get our other side connected. Okay, so now we can go ahead and get our train line set up. We're going to go from here, and we're going to come down to Dury Harbor. Okay, and that is going to be another iron and coal line. That's going to be rail. BDR, I guess. So let's actually make that BHR because we're delivering to Dury Harbor. Okay, and let's grab another train. Get our cargo. We want the gondola at the 12. Okay, and we're up to 36 on that one. Let's keep that the same size as the previous one at the 34. And then up here, we want to tell it, pause it here for a second so we don't waste too much money. But we want to tell it up here to load 50/50. Okay, well, let's get a depot. Right, manage, nope, we don't want to manage vehicles, we want to buy vehicles. Cargo, let's get 8 on the coal line. And let's get 10 on the iron line because it's a little bit longer. Did we not set up the iron side? We did. It's right there. There it is. Okay, and then over here, we want to make sure that you're going around our loop. And that should get everything up and running there. And we do have a bit of an issue with trains down here because there's no block signals on this part of the line. We'll go ahead and fix that real quick. And that should alleviate a little bit of the waiting on those lines. So, what's going on here? We're sending planks all the way down here just to send them back on this line. Let's manage this line, and in Vegas, you are not to pick up planks. Okay, so we have way more iron than we do coal, right? So let's boost up some more vehicles on this coal line. Whoops, we'll do that. We'll get a couple more of those running. Down here in Jury, how are we doing here? Not too much iron and coal sitting there yet, but we're definitely going to need some more cars on that line once, you know, this one starts producing big time for us. Over here, we got a little bit sitting at this port. I think we still only have one boat on this line, though, so we're going to go ahead and up that. And then I guess I should also tell this line in Dury to pick up 50/50 iron and coal as well. Okay, so that picked up half and half there. We got a little bit of oil sitting there, but that's fine. And we'll wait before we add any more ships to that line. So we're going to go ahead and call it an episode for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, I really appreciate the comments, so keep those coming. And if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode.